in the El Paseo Inn. It's a really fitting location for this particular event. We've had a great response for bringing Gennady Golvokin here to the Los Angeles area. I want to give a lot of credit to Marco Antonio Rubio and his entire team for agreeing to the fight, accepting the challenge. There's a lot of fighters who actually turned down the opportunity at this time to fight Gennady Golvokin, but once I contacted Samson Lukovic and Oswaldo Kiple, the Rubio's promoter, it was very easy to make the deal. So we really appreciate that, and we're excited about this event. We've never had a bigger response for any Gennady Golvokin fight than we've had for this fight. We've had the pre-sale now at the StubHub Center for 24 hours, and it's been the biggest pre-sale we've ever had. So we're really excited about that. And I've never had fans actually thank me for bringing a fight to a particular location. We're trying to sell a fight, and they're actually thanking me for bringing the fight. So we're really excited about that. And just to start on the introductions, I want to introduce from the StubHub Center. Gennady's been to a couple of fights there. Abel and I have gone to numerous fights. It's a perfect setting. October 18th in Southern California, outdoor venue for this type of fight. The StubHub Center is known for their fantastic fights and all action, and that's really what this fight promises to deliver. So with that being said, I want to introduce Chris Glidden from the StubHub Center.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of AEG and the StubHub Center, I would just like to say how excited we are to host another excellent event at our venue and continue the tradition of hosting some of the top fights in the world. We're looking forward to a great match on October 18th. As mentioned, tickets are now on sale. Tickets went on sale today at noon. So you can go to the StubHub Center box office or axs.com to purchase tickets. And as I mentioned, we're extremely excited. It's been had a great response already, and we're looking forward to continue to sell tickets and a great match on October 18th. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. It's been a few years since we promoted fights here in California. If some of you remember, we did some of the most memorable fights at the Staples Center. Vitaly Klitschko against Lennox Lewis were involved in that fight. Vitaly Klitschko, when he won the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World in 2004, was against Corey Sanders. And also when Vitaly came back to fight Chris Arreola at the Staples Center. With that being said, we're really excited about the executive officer who's taken over the California Athletic Commission. We're excited to come back here to California to bring Gennady Golvokin and the fight with Marco Antonio Rubio. So with that, I'd like to introduce Andy Foster, the Executive Officer of the California Athletic Commission.
The California Athletic Commission is proud to be the hosting regulator for the upcoming Golvokin versus Rubio Unified Title fight at the StubHub Center. What fans and the fighters can be assured is CSAC plans to administer strict anti-doping standards the entire process during the training and at the fight, using UCLA Olympic Analytical Laboratory lab and contract with, so that both fighters can be ensured of the integrity of the competition. It's been over 5 years since K2 has been to California. K2 is the world's most active promoter of heavyweight world title boxing. And the commission and the fight fans here in California are proud to have them back. K2 is based in California, and on behalf of myself, Chairman Frierson, and the entire commission, welcome home.
Thank you, Andy. With that being said, it's great to come home, and Gennady trains in California, trains in Big Bear with Abel Sanchez. I was born in LA. Abel has a training camp in California, and we're really excited to bring this fight to California. This type of event, and really the rise that we've seen in Gennady's career, and some of the spectacular knockouts that he's had, wouldn't be possible without a strong television partner. And we're very happy with the cooperation and the sponsorship that we've seen, the partnership that we've seen from HBO. They say that it's a platform to build stars, and I think because of HBO's commitment to Gennady, we've seen his star rise dramatically over the last 2 years. His HBO debut was September 2012, and it's been unprecedented how quickly Gennady his popularity has risen here, especially in the United States. So I'd like to introduce and thank Tony Walker, representing HBO.
Thanks a lot to all. Thanks everybody for everybody coming out today. It's great to be able to work with K2 and Gennady again. Great organization. Just think, 2 years, bring a young man from Kazakhstan to the top of the boxing world. That's an achievement with a lot of patience, perseverance, and I would like to thank Tom and his staff for just sticking with it. It's great to be back at StubHub Center. A lot of drama seems to happen in the ring there. It's a great place to do a broadcast for us, and we're just excited to be there. This is Gennady's 6th time fighting on HBO. The fans have embraced him. We just get tons of mail, and he just drives the needle for boxing for us. Also great to have an exciting fighter like Marco Antonio Rubio. There's a huge challenge in front of this young man, but what a golden opportunity for him to put his name at the top of the world sports pages. So thanks for coming today, talking about the fight to your subscribers and listeners. The telecast will start at 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific time, and we likely will have another TV fight added to kick off the telecast. So thanks again for coming out. Bye.
Thank you, Tony. We should, by next week, have the co-feature finalized, and then we'll make a separate announcement for that. But I guarantee you it'll be an exciting fight. My philosophy is there's been a lot of talk about Cold War and different promoters not willing to work with other promoters. What I've told HBO is that we just want the most exciting fight to kick off the show with Gennady, and that's what we're willing to do. And you know, their investment in Gennady, you see the dividends that it's paid, and only with their financial commitment is a fight like this possible between two champions. Marco Antonio Rubio is WBC interim champion. Gennady Golvokin has 2 belts, WBA and IBO middleweight champion. So in order to get 2 fighters at the top of their division to fight each other, it's only possible with the type of financial commitment that we have from HBO. With that being said, I'd like to introduce a representative from the WBC. He's the president of the North American Boxing Federation. He flew in extra for this fight, or for this press conference, to represent the WBC and their champion, Marco Antonio Rubio, Dwayne Ford.
Thank you, Tom. It's nice to be here. I'm excited for this fight to occur. When I heard it announced, I really was excited. We expressed the greetings of our president, Mauricio Suleiman, who's unable to be here today. We congratulate both Marco and Gennady for making concessions to be able to bring this fight together. We want to express our appreciation to the promoters for the tiredness that they went through to make this. And we wish both fighters the best on this unification. Thank you.
Thank you, Dwayne. Now we'll get into the participants up here at the podium. To make these type of fights, it takes a lot of negotiating, typically back and forth on both sides. So I want to introduce representative of the Rubio team, and he was very instrumental in putting this deal together. It takes a lot of posturing, a lot of negotiation, but Samson is one of the best. I want to introduce Samson Lukowitz.
Thank you all for coming, and thank you to HBO for another opportunity to be part of the historic event. To Tom, that it was really easy to work with K2, is A to Z, one of the best promoters and easy to work. So my working was much easier. But I remember no more than like 3 weeks ago, a month ago, it was a 30-1 underdog on the name of Gabriel and Marco Antonio. And everybody say, how come you can take this fight? You know, with Campillo and Williams. I say, let's dance the last tango. And I'm telling you, you have the last tango to dance. And I want to see how you dance the tango with Rubio. Because he came to fight, and the name that it was very well done, Mexican style, which is what you have in your hands, Mexican style. So with that in mind, I want to say thank you to you, to take proudly, and this time really the biggest fight that you have. And I can go on and on that it's not small enemies in boxing. You can ask many fighters that he thought that is absolutely favored, and he come up to being the underdog by the end of the night. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Samson. I'd like to introduce somebody who doesn't need any introduction. He's a world champion himself. Really a fixture here in the California boxing community. Produces many world champions out of his gym in Oxnard, California. Has one of the best training programs up there. I'd like to introduce Robert Garcia.
We're here, you know, we know this guy's not going to be easy. You know, this is probably one of my toughest challenges that I've had throughout my career as a trainer, but we love challenges. We've done it before with, you know, with Steve Rivera, Brandon Rios, Brandon Lora, when he knocked out Archie Solis and the 11 on. You know, we've done it before. I don't see anything impossible. We respect Triple G, his team behind him. Abel Sanchez, I've known him for many years. I was probably 5 or 6 when I was at the gym in Atlanta. But you know, here we are now. We're getting ready to fight the best middleweight in the division, maybe the best middleweight in the world, maybe one of the best in history. So you know, the challenge is great. You know, we could have said no to this fight. Rubio could have said no. You know, Rubio could have went on and defended his title a couple times in Mexico and, you know, remain as a world champion. But we're here to challenge ourselves, challenge our team. We love challenges. My team is always working hard. Everybody in my team does their job and does a great job. And we're here to give everybody a great fight. Like the name of the show says, you know, Mexican style. You know, that's what people are gonna see. They're gonna enjoy a great fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. And just so you know, one of the stipulations that Samson put in was Rubio can wear the gloves he wants, so he can bring the nice gloves, no problem. I know you have some issues with other fighters, but Abel said it didn't matter. But anyway, we appreciate that, and like I said, you know, what Robert's accomplished up there, and both in the ring and outside the ring, training fighters is amazing. I'd like to bring up on the other side, really the man integral behind Gennady's success and his exciting style in the ring. Gennady has always been an exciting fighter. He had one of the most distinguished amateur careers ever. I think his record was 350 wins and 5 losses. But it's the level that Abel Sanchez has been able to take Gennady since he started working with him just over 4 years ago has been amazing. To have that type of those type of performances in the ring and that type of knockout streak speaks volumes for itself. Trained numerous world champions. Was it now Abel? 14 world champions? I actually, a lot of people don't realize it, but I've known Abel for over 20 years, and the way I came to know Abel was the second fighter when I was managing fighters. Second fighter I ever worked with Golvokin. Probably one of the best boxers that never won a world title, but could beat everybody else except for the world champions. And able to work with Ova for a little while. And so now we've come full circle, and Abel's training Gennady Golovkin. So I'd like to bring up from the summit in Big Bear Lake, California, Abel Sanchez.
Thank you for coming out. I think it's no secret now that Gennady steps to the ropes. But I believe this time we have a challenge a lot more than we had in the past.
Abel, close to mouth.
As far as Marco, Marco has more knockouts in his record than we have fights. So we know that he can hit. Robert, I've known since I had a pleasure of meeting him and his brother and his father in 1980, I believe it was. We all came out of the same gym, the Ben Lira gym on the Belmonte here. I'm very happy to call him a friend. But more than that, I'm extremely proud of his accomplishments as a fighter and as a coach. So with Robert at his corner and Marco's experience and Robert's astute knowledge of the boxing game, I believe we're going to have a great fight on that night. I believe that if Marco comes out and does what he says he's going to do, we're going to be treated a heck of a fight for Gennady's first coming to the West Coast. Thank you very much.
So now we get to the fighters and the champions in the main event for October 18th. As Robert Garcia said, Marco Antonio Rubio didn't have to take this fight. He was the interim, he's the WC interim champion. He's a mandatory for Miguel Cotto. He's guaranteed a title fight against Miguel Cotto. When this opportunity arose, he accepted the challenge. So we want to give him a lot of credit for that. We'd like to bring to the podium Marco Antonio Rubio.
Muy buenas tardes, primero que nada gracias por estar aquí y por decirles que estoy muy emocionado, muy contento por esta oportunidad. Estoy muy contento porque al momento que nos hablan y nos suelen a pelear, yo gustoso la tomo porque vuelvo a lo mismo, ¿qué caso tiene ser el campeón si no peleas con los mejores? Yo pudiera estar peleando en México 10, 15 veces, pero prefiero tomar los grandes retos y arriesgarnos.
The moment that they published about this fight, I said yes. This fight, there's no, I could have basically fought in Mexico 10, 15 times and defended my title there, but to be a champion, you gotta beat the best, you gotta beat the main guy, and Triple G is the best, and that's what we're here.
Y para ser un verdadero campeón, que siempre los mejores, Miguel Cotto ahorita es el mejor peso medio y ¿por qué no? Podemos ser el mejor peso medio si ganamos ese día.
Triple G is the best right now, the best middleweight in the division. If we beat him, that makes me the best middleweight of the world, so that's what we're here, we want to beat him.
Y pues gracias a todos por la oportunidad. Nada más.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So before I bring Gennady Golovkin up to the ring, to the podium, a little bit of a head start. I want to introduce some of the people on the K2 side and on the Triple G side that are behind the scenes. I'm the one that stands up here on the podium, but I couldn't do this without a lot of people involved. Oleg Herman is Gennady's manager. He's really instrumental on all the business decisions with Gennady behind the scenes, has generated tremendous sponsorship opportunities for him, international television sales. Really happy to be working with Oleg and his brother Max Herman, and with Abel, it all fits together. Eric A. St. Philip is my right-hand person over there. wouldn't be possible. Bernie Marmosel did a great job. Breck's helping with the event coordination for the fight. So there's a lot of people behind the scenes that, let me forget, Ronnie Nicola is Gennady's legal representative. Ron's actually, to give you some historic perspective, Ron has represented the Ali family for over 20 years. He was very instrumental when we started Cajun Promotions, and we're happy to have Ron representing Gennady. So with that being said, fighter really doesn't need an introduction. You know, the phrase for this fight, Mexican style, really was born from Gennady's post-fight interview and his comments after he knocked out Daniel Geale in Madison Square Garden. He said, "I'm not a boxer, I'm a fighter." He's like, "I fight Mexican style," which is what Abel instilled in him. And then so it was just a natural name, especially with Marco accepting the Giano. So, WBA Super Champion, IBO Middleweight Champion of the world, Gennady Golovkin.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very happy to be in California. I'm living last 5 years. People live in California. I know Mexican style, you're right. First, I respect, thank you very much for Marco Antonio Rubio and Robert Garcia. I know very strong team. I understand. I know my coach, Abel Sanchez, and me, Djibouti. I know it's a very big deal for California. Very great deal. I brought this amazing show, amazing fight. I'm ready, I think, I hope so. Marco ready to 100%, 200%. Because big present, thank you very much for being here, for promotion. Because I think big present for California boxing fans. Thank you very much.
With that, I just wanted to present Gennady Golovkin with a present from AEG in honor of the world champion or Stanley Cup champion, LA Kings. They made a special hockey jersey for him.
Get out in the front! Get out in the front!